A viewer has asked, or at least commented, that they want to move their brokerage account under a trust for asset protection. And they're worried when it comes to filing taxes on whether that goes under them personally or under the trust. It's a great question, and we're going to dive into it a little bit. I am Valerie Zammitti of Zammitti Law. We're an estate planning practice in New York and New Jersey, and we provide peace of mind to families through our high client value services. If you are looking for assistance in either creating your estate plan or administering an estate following the loss of a loved one, you can reach out to us for a free consultation at yourplanningattorney.com. And we are always here educating on a frequent basis. So please don't forget to ask your questions and share so together we can help some folks along the way. Now, first of all, it's always a good idea to seek guidance from proper counsel. And as I always say, it probably sound like a broken record, it all depends on the type of trust we're talking about. So, trust ownership basics, right? If it's a revocable living trust that you're moving your brokerage account into, first of all, should have probably been there already. Funding your trust is very important after you create it. And a revocable living trust is what's called a grantor trust. You have the rights to that income, rights to all of the assets. You will be taxed on that on a regular basis as you would ordinarily when it's under your own name. Now, it is important to note that a revocable trust does avoid probate, right? Helps streamline things, make it a lot cleaner at your incapacity or passing for the next folks to step into your footsteps. But it does not offer protection for Medicaid purposes, right? This is not an asset protection type of trust. So again, all of the ordinary income, any gains if you sell stock that has appreciated, even losses, that all flows through to your personal income tax return. Now, on the flip side of things, if it's an irrevocable trust, which sounds like it might be because you're talking about asset protection, it does still come down to the type of trust because you can have an irrevocable trust that's considered a grantor trust, or you can have an irrevocable trust that's considered a non grantor trust. What are the differences? A grantor trust still gets taxed to you individually, similarly to the revocable trust. However, a non grantor trust will be taxed to the trust directly. Okay. And it's really important to realize that a non grantor trust, so one that gets taxed to the trust instead of flowing to you individually, does require a separate tax identification number. Okay. The account will not be under your social. And the income tax brackets for a trust move up to the higher brackets or higher rates much faster than the individual income tax brackets. For instance, I think the very top bracket, like the 33% bracket or whatever it is reached under a trust at like $12,000 or $15,000. Whereas, personal returns, it takes hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to that top rate. I'm sorry, the dog is like attacking the camera. Okay, so again, if it's a grantor trust, it's still taxed to you individually. If it's a non-grantor trust, meaning you don't have enough ties, powers, or access for it to be taxed to you, then it's taxed under the trust. These things get nuanced, so it is important, again, to talk to your accountant and your estate planning counsel, who hopefully should have some guidance as to how they created this trust for you. The two, taxes and trust creation, are very intermingled. And remember that an irrevocable trust can be either the grantor or non-grantor trust. It can offer the asset protection, which was mentioned in this question, but it also may limit your usage of either the income or the principal of those assets. So I often folks will start with their home in that asset type protection because they're only looking to live there, not anything from it. But putting in brokerage assets is a different thing. So the protection, the usage, and the income tax treatment all comes down to the type of trust you have. So look into it, talk to your counsel, talk to your accountant as well, and make sure you have it straight before you even make those considerations of making those transfers. Again, I'm Valerie Zammitti of Zammitti Law. We're an estate planning practice in New York and New Jersey. I also happen to be a tax attorney. Dorky me. That's why I know so much about these things. But we look forward to helping and guiding you further. If you have further questions, let us know. If you do need assistance in New York or New Jersey, we can help, and you can reach us at yourplanningattorney.com. I hope you've learned something new here today. Don't forget to share and take care. Bye-bye.